Assumption. An assumption is something that you believe is true but cannot prove.
I went to the cafeteria on the assumption that everyone would be there.
Barley. Barley is a grain that is used for animal feed, health food, and beer.
The farmer grew barley to feed his cows in the winter.
Beast. A beast is a large, dangerous animal.
A lion is one of the fiercest beasts on earth.
Colonel. A colonel is a military officer.
James has been given a promotion in the army. He is now a colonel.
Contagious. If a disease is contagious, it is easily carried from one person to another.
You must wear protective clothing because the patient's illness is contagious.
Corpse. A corpse is a dead body of a human.
After the accident, the corpse was taken to the hospital.
Crisis. A crisis is a situation that is extremely stressful or dangerous.
The airport workers' strike led to a crisis at the airport.
Cure. To cure means to cause an illness or injury to end or disappear.
My dentist cured me of my toothache.
Deformed. If something is deformed, it is not shaped normally and may appear ugly.
Even though the carrot was deformed, it was still safe to eat.
Discriminate. To discriminate means to judge people according to their looks.
They discriminated against her because she was different.
Embassy. An embassy is where government officials work in a foreign country.
If you lose your passport, you should contact the embassy.
Extinguish. To extinguish a fire means to make it stop.
Michael extinguished the small fire with the hose.
Flint. Flint is a hard stone that people used to make weapons for hunting.
There are a lot of flint tools in the museum.
Harass. To harass someone means to annoy or trouble them.
The children harassed their mother because they wanted her attention.
Integrate. To integrate means to join, communicate, and socialize.
Governments want immigrants to integrate with the population.
Miniature. If something is miniature, it is very small.
The boy enjoys playing with his miniature train set in his bedroom.
Nutrition. Nutrition is the process by which people use food to stay healthy.
It is important to pay attention to nutrition if you want to be an athlete.
Promptly. If something happens promptly, it happens quickly or on time.
Arrive promptly, or we won't have time to discuss everything.
Technician. A technician is a person who is skilled in electronic or mechanical work.
I need to call the technician to help me with my computer.
Tropics. The tropics are the areas of land and sea close to the equator.
People like to go to the tropics for vacation because it's warm. The forest people. Colonel Wilbur and his wife Mary were flying over the tropics in their private plane, but suddenly the engine caught fire. It was impossible to extinguish the fire, so they were forced to land in the forest. "What are we going to do?" said Mary. "Can you fix the plane?" Wilbur said, "That's impossible. I am not a technician, and the plane is out of gasoline. We'll have to find help." Wilbur and Mary walked through the forest. It was difficult to find a path through the trees. Mary even tore her dress on sharp thorns. Suddenly, they saw some huts and lots of miniature people cooking and making weapons with flint. "I'll ask them for help," said Wilbur. "No, don't go. They are deformed," said Mary. "They'll harass us. They may have a contagious virus that will make us sick. We won't know how to cure it. We'll surely end up as corpses." Wilbur tried to persuade Mary to go to the forest people, but she refused to integrate with them. She had the assumption that the small people were dangerous. "Let's keep walking. We're sure to find someone sooner or later." For 3 days, the couple searched, but they found no one who could help them in their crisis. It was uncomfortable, and they were hungry without any source of nutrition. Plus, the forest was filled with dangerous beasts. Finally, Mary agreed to return to the forest people. When Wilbur and Mary arrived at the village, the forest people immediately welcomed them. They gave them bread made from barley to eat and a place to sleep. The next day, the forest people led Wilbur and Mary through the trees, and they promptly arrived at a small town. From there, they took a bus to the city, where they found an embassy. Mary was sorry that she had not trusted the forest people sooner. She learned the value of not discriminating against people who are different.